Hi folks, my discussion with you today is about how to control that ever so important listing presentation. We sometimes find that if it goes off half-cocked, we end up answering questions that we didn't want to answer at the early part of the presentation, and perhaps we forget to cover some of the topics that we need to. So I've got a great and very simple and easy strategy to help you control the listing presentation. And it's very simple. You just create an agenda. Now, how do we do that? We just get a blank piece of paper or a spiral notebook, and on the top of a blank page, we just basically write agenda. And the script is, Mr. and Mrs. Seller, thank you so much for allowing me to present to you this afternoon or morning or evening. But before we get going, what's important to me is what's important to you. And what's important to me is what you would like to hear from me today. The last thing I want to do is empty my boot on the dining room table here today. I would like to find out from you what you would like to know. Now, as real estate agents, guys, this question is not hard to answer. 95% of all sellers want to know the same thing. The first thing they want to know is, how much is my property worth? So what is the price? Okay. So Mr. and Mrs. Seller, we'll certainly cover, based on the recent indicative sales, what your property, give or take, will reach in the current market. The next thing they're going to ask you about is, how long is it going to take? So Mr. and Mrs. Seller, when we're talking about how long your property will take to sell, depends on the method of sale that you choose. It depends on the strategy. So the method of sale will depict how long the property will take, because you can choose some strategies that might take longer to sell, or you might choose some strategies that take a lot quicker to sell. So, and of course, the third and most important, I suppose, is how much is it all going to cost? So what is going to be the fees, costs of the sale? So these are the three most common things that sellers want to know. So be aware of that, and those are usually the three. Now, there is one that they generally don't bring up, and that's marketing. So you want to say, well, what about marketing, Mr. and Mrs. Seller? Surely you want to find out about marketing and how we're going to market the property. Marketing is a very big part of getting the highest the market's prepared to pay for your property, because we can't sell a secret. We need to get the property out as far and wide, and we need to attract a large audience. So the reason why they don't bring up marketing in a lot of cases is because they don't really want to pay. They think that you maybe should pay for it. So you've got to make it very clear that marketing is a separate topic, and we need to go through that. Of course, there might be other questions that they might ask. A common question I find is, what about presentation tips? So what about what should we do? So let's just put in there presentation. So guys, just be careful with presentation. It is a double-edged sword, and there's a lot of agents running around telling the sellers at the presentation what they should be doing, and getting stylists and patching and painting and gardening and things like that. Guys, this is a point that could cost you the business. It's a double-edged sword. So the script with that is just to simply say to them, Mr. and Mrs. Seller, I'd love to help you with your presentation tips, but I believe that that's a conversation you really need to be having with your agent of choice. So once you've chosen an agent, because every agent is different, all of us have different tips and strategies and styles on how to get the most for the property. That's a conversation you need. So if you're happy with everything else, we'll certainly cover what I believe you should be doing. And another thing is, guys, you don't want to be giving all your 10, 15, 12, 2, 3, 5 years worth of experience away for nothing. So hold something back, and that can be a good thing to hold back. I'm not saying don't cover it. I'm just saying don't give it away for free. Use it as a bargaining tool. If they're happy with you, then you will give them your strategies to help them get the highest the market's prepared to pay. So those are pretty much the most common one. There is one other which is obviously a lot more common. There's probably not many others other than the 6. And the last one is, and I've had this one before, and be aware that you might get this one, is they may say to you, why should I list with you? What's different about you than every other agent? So I'm just going to put their USP. What's your unique selling proposition? They might not ask you what your unique selling proposition or what your point of difference is, but they may say it in a way which is, why should we list with you? And what my script is for that is, Mr. and Mrs. Seller, once I've gone through price, my strategies and methods of sale, costs and marketing, okay, and presentation tips, if you're happy with that, I'm going to ask you that question. can you see why I'm different from every other agent? So I use that as a question to ask them at the end. Can you see why I am worth what I'm worth, and also why I'm different from every other agent? And you guys, again, need to know what your unique selling proposition is. So guys, that's the agenda. And the easy thing about this is, we've given them the control, but we haven't. We've made them feel like they're in control. We've made them feel like it's all about them, and we certainly have. But all we've done is we've put it in a way that we want to present. And you can present from 1 to 4, 1 to 3, obviously 1 to 4 to 3. You can present it in any way you like. I presented pretty much in this manner, and I tick them off in front of the seller as we go, okay? Because when we're getting to the end, what are we asking for? We're going to ask for the business. So guys, that's a great way to present. It's worked tremendously for hundreds of agents that I've worked with, and of course myself as well. So you cannot go past the agenda. In fact, an agenda should be used in every meeting, even if you're meeting buyers, sellers, regardless of anything. An agenda, albeit small or long, an agenda should be created. So obviously in our programs, we've got all the various agendas that you use for every conversation, and we can share those with you. So thank you so much for listening and watching today. Really appreciate it. Hope it's helped, and have a wonderful day. Look forward to catching up soon. Cheers.